Hey guys, it's Jen from Scan and Cut Canvases, SCAL Help on Facebook. I want to show you guys how I go about making the KeyFob stitch files. And remember, I may make things a little bit different than other people, and that's completely fine. I start out by making my SVG file in Sure Cuts a Lot. You can go about doing it however you want. So what I did was I pulled up a shape, and this will be what the like the tongue of the fob is made from, and I make it about 2.5 inches long by about 1 inch wide, and you can adjust that to the size that you want. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that parked right there. I'm going to come in and I'm going to grab my font. So I type out my name. And it's deciding it's going to run a little slow. Okay. Whoa, blasted right past it. Alright, so, oops. Let's come here and see if this is going to work. Nope. Seems like when you monkey with the size and things like that, sometimes it won't work. So after you get your letters and that all situated, okay, let's see, and it's froze again. Let's blow it up here. Path Union, because I want to get rid of the crosses right there in the middle. Okay, now we're going to go up, and granted this is really big, but I have it really big so I can see. Effects, shadow layer, blackout shadow. Take it down just a smidge. Okay, that's what I want. And you see all those holes in there? What I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here, I'm going to grab the brush, and I'm going to catch those. You can leave them in there if you want that bean stitch to catch those and stitch around them. I prefer not. And in that shadow layer, if you want any part of that to stitch, like if you want stitching around there, go ahead and make it that way. You create this file however you want. So if you want this, hang on. If you want your bean stitch to go right along there, that's what you make it like, okay? So you make your shadow layer look however you want. If you want it to look just like that, you can make it like that. Okay, that's the benefit of creating your own files. Okay, so that's how it looks. Now we gotta resize it because I don't want no gigundous key fob. So let's resize this. Maybe when it wants to start participating. Maybe we'll stretch it out and decrease it this way and see how it looks. Okay, so that's about 3 inches. It might be too much. Let's make it this way. Okay, so that looks okay to me. It's all in what you want. So now what I need to do is I need to make this fob fit in here. Okay. Boy, this thing is really lagging. Okay. I think I'm going to stretch it out even more. Oops. Because what you don't want is you don't want this top edge right here. You don't want that when it breaks to curve. You don't want that sticking out showing. Okay. But you also want to leave enough so that when you wrap this over and snap it right here, that you actually have enough to wrap over and snap. And remember, you can always cut it off if it looks like it's going to be too long. Okay, I think that looks okay. So, path and union. Okay, so there are my 2 files, or my 2 things. File, export. I know this is what I want. Okay, so let's pull this down. Don't know why that one came up. And let's open Embrilliance. Okay, so I'm in Embrilliance and I have the Stitch Artist. So I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to come over here to Vector because I saved it as an SVG. And Projects, the KeyFob Jen. And here we go. Okay. So this one, I want to click this and see how it comes out. See if I have to do any modifications to it. And the computer's acting up. Okay, it came back. So let's bring this in here and see. Alright, I don't like the way that looks right there. It just looks bad. So let's see if I can't fix that. Okay, so I fixed this by going and adjusting right here. I drew those 2 points together, so that kind of cuts off the want to go there. I need to tweak right here because I'm seeing daylight, so I'm going to go in and fix that. And then when I come back, we're going to go down here and work on that one. Alrighty, so I have that one fixed. Now let's work on this little guy. So I know I want this to be a bean stitch, so we need to change this to a run. And let's move this to where our E is going to be. Okay. And let's come over here. Let's do a bean. 3 pass. Okay, see what this says right here? When using higher pass counts, stitch lengths of 4 millimeters or higher should be used. So let's give this a run and let's do a 3.5. Okay, so this looks like it's all about ready to use. Well, let's put our, oh, phooey, I forgot. I can't do it in this screen. So let's wait for it to reassemble itself. And for me to grab the right tool that I want and set it down up on there in the right spot. So that's what it should look like when it's done. Let's make sure that this is in the right order. So we have the column stitch and then we have the run. And that is how you can go about making your KeyFob. Oh no, I just about forgot a really important piece. So let's move this entire thing up. How do you know how to put it in your little thing? You're going to play the guessing game? No. Come up here to Utility, Base Design. And that will baste this, put this little thingy in your hoop so that you know where to put your vinyl down. Okay, and when I go to do this on the camera work, I think I need to move this a little bit more this way. Yeah, you'll see how I actually lay my vinyl because I don't lay it all down at once. I will go ahead and do this stitching on the glitter vinyl, and then when I go to do the bean stitching, then I will put the back piece on so that all of this back stitching for the main part is hidden. Alright guys, jeez, so much traffic. If you have any questions, you can find me over at Scan and Cut, Canvas, and SCAL Help on Facebook.